Hi, I'm Allison Turner and I'll be reviewing Plickers today. So what Plickers is an app that lets teachers get instant feedback from students through assessments. What Plickers is kind of like a QR code on a piece of paper. Each direction has a different answer, like A, B, or C, or D, and then the teacher will scan the class with the camera on their phone and it will get instant feedback of each student's individual answer. There is not a paid app of Plickers, but it's all free. The website and the app is all free. And then the app is available for both iOS and Android. This is for the teachers to get that instant feedback without actually having to collect papers and grade them themselves and not have to have that wait time. But the students are also a part of the experience because they have to participate. They have to hold up their card and turn it to the correct choice. And then I think this would be appropriate for all ages and all subjects. There's really no subject that you could go wrong with using Plickers in. Now, an idea that I had of using Plickers would be using it like a lunch count and attendance in elementary school. So like in the picture, you could use Plickers on a chart and turn it to your lunch choice, and then whoever doesn't answer, you know that they're absent. You can also do this at their desk. It's up to the teacher and whatever is easiest for them. Another elementary one that I have is using a choose your own adventure book. I thought this one was more of a fun thing than a lesson thing. Or like trying to introduce them to the Plickers app. And so what you do with this one is that you get your adventure book, and when it gets to the choices, you have the kids make what choice they want with their Plickers, and you scan it, and then whatever choice was most popular, you turn to that page in the book, and then you go from there. Now for middle school, when you're doing writing workshop, I thought it would be really helpful to know the status of the class so that teachers can effectively help students on what they need for that hour or that day in their writing lesson. And so I think it was much more efficient for both the students and the teacher because they all know what they're supposed to be doing. Now in high school, I thought this would be a better alternative to a paper exit ticket. Students could come put their magnetic Plicker on the board, or they can hold it up at the end of class, or whatever the teacher wants, but it'll say if they're getting there, or if they're not there yet, or if they've got it, or if they've know and can teach others about the subject. Depending on the answer, you could reteach the lesson or you could move on. Now, access to this, you can do it on the app on your phone, or you could go to the website here on the screen. Either way, you have to log into your account, so it's nice and secure. And then everything you do on the site is saved under the library, so you can always go back to your past quizzes or use it in several different hours if you're at a higher level of education. And then cards are handed to students. They could either keep them in their notebooks and have a number assigned to them, or you can do it randomly and have anonymous answers just by handing them out every quiz. Now, this app is super easy to use. I've personally used this in an elementary classroom before, and the kids got it right away, and I got it right away, even though it was my first time using it. You just tell them that each direction has a different answer, and they get it. They absolutely have it. But if there is any confusion or misunderstandings, there's always a help menu on the website, and there's also tons of tutorials out there that are helpful as well. Now, to anything, there are pros and cons. The pros to this is that there are no advertisements on the app or the site, which is great as an educator. You don't have to worry about that. Now, the issue that I found with it is that to use Plickers and get that instant feedback, you have to be connected to Wi-Fi. And that could be kind of a messy situation if you're in a spot that doesn't get great connection. Another thing about this app is that it can only do multiple choice and true false questions unless you want to get really creative and do some fill in the blank type questions. But another thing is I would also laminate the Plickers for less wear and tear unless they are in the child's notebooks and then keeping safe in there. Now, there are tons of reviews out on the internet, and a couple that I found was from Common Sense Education, which is a site that reviews educational tools and tells you the pros and cons to each. So they say that Plickers is really easy to use, which I agree with, but is too simple in its quiz types. Like I was saying before, it's only multiple choice or true false. And EdTech Review is a site that just gives you the basic rundown of educational tools in the classroom as well, but then it also gives you that pros and cons. So they say that it's a great way to save time for the teachers in grading and to get that instant feedback. There's no wait time, and you get to know the students learning in real time. Now, overall, I think Plickers is awesome, and I will definitely be using it in my classroom. It's great because it gives you immediate feedback on the students' learning, and then you can know what you need to reteach or if you can move on for the next day. It's totally free and easy to use. The formatting of the questions is a little simple, but you can always get creative with it. But I think it's totally fun for both the teachers and the kids, and it's less stressful. Teachers don't have to take home papers and grade them, and then students have fun taking these tests because it's not like actually taking a paper quiz. It's not that stressful. It's not as formal. Once again, I'm Allison Turner, and the tool I was reviewing was Plickers. I use Screencast-O-Matic, and then here are my sites that I used. Thank you.